We're going to take a closer look at Biden's trip today with France 24's Oliver Farry, who joins me on this set. Hi, Oliver.
Hello.
Tell us a bit more about the significance of this visit for Joe Biden.
Well, from a political point of view, it was very important that the US president visit Northern Ireland on the 25th anniversary of the Good Friday Agreement, because the US was one of the guarantors of the 1998 agreement that helped bring peace to Northern Ireland. This is particularly true in light of the current political deadlock in Northern Ireland, where the Democratic Unionist Party are refusing to form a joint government with Sinn Féin, ostensibly because of disputes over the Northern Ireland Protocol, a compromise that was devised to prevent a border being put between Northern Ireland and the Republic of Ireland after Brexit. It's also important personally for Biden. He identifies proudly as an Irish American. He likes to litter his speeches with quotes from Irish poetry by Seamus Heaney and W.B. Yeats. And this is also the first time he visits his ancestral homeland as president. After Belfast, he will go to Carlingford and Dundalk, which are close to the border. Carlingford is where his great-great-grandfather Owen Finnegan hailed from. It's a nice picturesque fishing village on a fjord. The locals hope to actually build a bridge that will connect the village to Northern Ireland, and they plan to name it after Joe Biden. After a trip to Dublin, where he will address the Oireachtas, the Irish Parliament, and also meet the President and the Taoiseach, he will go west to Ballinap, where he also has ancestors. He will address the public outside St. Muiredaig's Cathedral. Now, St. Muiredaig's Cathedral, his great-great-great-grandfather Edward Blewett sold 27,000 bricks to help build it in 1827. So it obviously has quite a place in Biden family lore. The president will then fly out from Knock, which is a little airport on a hilltop in County Mayo, which is probably the smallest civilian airport ever to host Air Force One.
Interesting. All right, let's get back, though, to Northern Ireland, where he is today on the 25th anniversary of this Good Friday Agreement. How do things stand there?
Well, the Good Friday Agreement was one of the key steps along the way to peace in Northern Ireland, but it didn't in itself bring peace. The Omagh bombing, which killed 29 people, carried out by dissident IRA members, happened just 4 months after it, and a full peace plan and agreement between Republicans and Unionists would not be finalised till 2006. But Good Friday was significant. One of the things that it did help was it finally put an end to one of the things that actually sparked the Troubles in the first place, which was wholesale institutional discrimination against Catholics and denial of their civil rights. That was no longer possible after the Good Friday Agreement. It also enshrines the right to self-determination, allowing people to identify as either British or Irish or both. At the last census in 2021, 42.8% of people in Northern Ireland said they were British, 33.3% Irish, and 31.5% said they were Northern Irish. People could give multiple identities, so hence this is more than 100%. While the threat of return to violence by fringe groups in the region continues to loom, it's a lot more peaceful than it was before, but Catholics and Protestants continue to live very much apart. They're educated apart, so it's not a mixed society as of yet. And also poverty and social problems are rife. Northern Ireland is one of the 10 poorest regions in Northern Europe, and it's particularly bad west of the River Bann, where poverty rates are as high as 22%. There's been a lot of talk in recent years of a possible united Ireland. It certainly seems closer than it was 20 years ago, because Catholics now slightly outnumber Protestants in Northern Ireland. That said, polls don't show that it looks to be coming anytime soon. In a poll last December on whether you would vote for a united Ireland, only 27% in Northern Ireland said yes, 50% said they were against it, 23% undecided. So there's been a lot of talk. We will definitely have to have a lot more to happen before a united Ireland happens anytime soon.
All right, Oliver, thanks so much for that. France 24's Oliver Farry.